Nick, staying with the Times now. I've noticed the G is missing off staying, like staying alive, but I don't know if it's staying with the Times, staying with the Times, staying with the Times. If you want to get a payday loan, you better do it sharpish before Labour get elected.
Yes, a comedic tour de force of a story, this. Labour pledges action on buy now, pay later credit. So this one's about financial services regulation, guys. And basically, Labour want to bring in long overdue consumer protection. They're saying basically that people don't realise that it's not free money. Labour are the people that brought us the magic money tree, but they're saying that when people buy now, pay later, they don't realise they're taking on debt. So Labour wants to make it idiot-proof that you are, in fact, taking on debt. It's not magic money.
It's interesting, isn't it, about... Well, I think it's interesting about debt. There is a close correlation. Apparently, it is one of those things that correlates very closely with IQ. And it is something that intelligent people underestimate the capacity of unintelligent people to make bad decisions with money. And this is what is possibly the single greatest, downward spiral that you end up on, going down. If you're not intelligent, it's not that you're not capable of doing good work. There's lots of work that you can do for money, but you make bad decisions. You don't understand compound interest and things like this.
Once you get into those 25% interest rates and so on,
it mounts up incredibly quickly. And some people just literally, this might sound incredibly patronising, but I think you have to recognise there is a substantial section of society that doesn't recognise immediately what 3,500% annual interest amount makes.
Perhaps your castration idea comes back in again.
Well, and there's a significant portion of the society who are desperate as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That overweighs. They probably sense that things aren't ideal, but they think, oh, I'll just do that. That'll be fine. But it won't be fine. It will absolutely not be fine. Okay. Debt is the great cancer of society, isn't it?
I don't even have a credit card for that reason.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that Sharia law, of course, which is now operational in large swathes of the United Kingdom, that is its fundamental difference.
Right.
Is that the debt is simply
not allowed interest.
Usury is struck out. And I think when I say that, there are mortgages, but there's a different kind of arrangement which allows you to get a mortgage.
Cheat the system.
Yeah.
But it's like in Dubai when they had their financial crisis over there and then people just jetted out.
Yeah.
Because, if you're in debt, that's it, you're in prison.
The car parks were full of abandoned Mercedes.
Yeah, exactly. But this story's interesting because it's Labour who's going for this, and it's because they're very much trying to find anything that differentiates themselves from the Tories, and this is one way in which they've sort of found that's what we're going to hear and see lots of these kind of policies, which are basically anything to just distance themselves and create two parties.
Funny enough, I think we've got one coming up which Rishi has identified, haven't we? I think in terms of jail sentences, but we'll come on to that. But I think you're right. There's going to be a lot more of that kind of sort of flag-waving type of policy,
absolutely.
Isn't there?
And I just realised I made it sound like I don't have the intelligence to look after a credit card based on what you said. I absolutely do. I just choose not to. I have debit only.